Welcome back. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has inaugurated an 87-member re-election campaign committee ahead of the November 18 governorship election in the state. Some members of the committee include the immediate past national chairman of ABGA, Victor Ome, as chairman, Mr. Primus Odili as secretary, the deputy governor, Dr. Nkem Okeke, and the wife of the governor, Mrs. Ebele Obiano. Governor Obiano warns the members against playing double standards and asks them to bring to bear their experience in the politics of the state towards achieving victory in the governorship election.
The banquet hall of the Governor's Lodge in Oka comes alive again, this time for members of the Obiano re-election campaign committee, with election just over 3 months away. 87 in all. The secretary to the committee, Primus Odili, takes the roll call and then the inauguration takes place.
I hereby inaugurate this 2017 campaign committee.
Competence and experience, as well as their loyalty to the party, are some of the qualifications Governor Obiano says qualifies them for the task and warns against playing double standards.
This is a very important meeting, and everybody here was very, very carefully chosen. We don't want double dealers here. I told you we tried as much as possible to make sure that everybody here is here on merit because of what you've done for the party. Most of you that were nominated, I don't know you personally, and I've not dealt with you personally, but in the process of the discussion, what you've done for the party, your loyalty, we agree that you should be a member of this committee.
The committee chairman, Victor Ome, notes that the All Progressives Grand Alliance is the successful vehicle for Anambra State, which Governor Willie Obiano has manned well, like his predecessor, and will make the assignment a lot easier.
We've looked at your performance in office in the past 3 years and 4 months. As party members and major stakeholders in this party, we are convinced that you are well deserving of a second term. We have seen governments here, starting from 1999 till when Anambra took over in 2006 to when you took over in 2014. And I want to say without equivocation or any fear of contradiction, that Anambra has been a reason for the success story in this state.
As election day draws even closer, party faithful say they are optimistic that the sustained transformation of the state through successive ABGA administration stands the party in good stead.
The Nigerian police says it remains committed to the reduction of crime in the Nigerian society, but requires the support and collaboration of the public for greater effectiveness. This message forms the basis of discussions at a public lecture on security organized by the Nigerian police in Lagos. Our correspondent, Temple Ashaju, reports.
Owing to the rising level of insecurity in some parts of the country, and Lagos in particular, the need to evaluate the role of the Nigerian police in tackling these threats is at the center of the discourse at this gathering. First, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, hints on the strategic solutions on these challenges.
There has to be synergy among the military and other security agencies and the civilian populace to effectively deal with challenges of security in the country. It is in the realization of this that we have regularly collaborated with the military and other security agencies in organizing jump patrol.
In her remarks, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Idiat Adebule, restates the call for state policing to improve the security of lives.
Developing effective solutions to emerging security challenges must therefore take into consideration the development of appropriate technology and strengthening the bond with the people through community policing.
Other security experts also present their recommendations.
As long as you create jobs, you take all these ministrants off the streets. What is happening about kidnapping today is that people have seen that it is easier to make money through kidnapping than to even work. But we need to change that mentality in people.
The current law guiding the police is basically a 1943 law. We have not found it worthy to be revised. That tells you the import, the significance that we attach to our police, either at the legislative level, at the executive level.
The demand for more security operatives inundates the audience, but Mr. Idris appears to have a different perspective.
All the agencies existing has identified that at this level we have to track. Peace Corps is going to be a balance to us. I think we need to have a very, very restriction in the creation of such agencies in this country. Very, very big restriction. Because the more such agencies you create, the more conflicts you are creating.
Going forward, everyone here appears to agree with part of the mission of the Nigerian police force, which is to partner relevant security agencies and the public for adequate security. Temple Oshaju, Channels Television News.
And from there, we'll move on to the business news of the day. Here's Ann Nwawodo.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Ladi, and welcome to Business News. The Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation and the Bank of Agriculture have inaugurated a technical steering committee aimed at facilitating bilateral agreement on agriculture between Nigeria and Morocco. This was disclosed by the Managing Director of the NAIC, Mrs. Folashade Joseph, in Abuja. The Managing Director of the Bank of Agriculture, Mr. Kabiru Adamu, also says steps must be taken to improve agriculture in Nigeria.
It is pertinent to note that Bank of Africa has been Bank of Agriculture has been NAIC's strongest partner for almost 3 decades. And therefore, we strongly believe that the new vista being opened in our relationship today will yield highly positive results for the benefit of Nigerian farmers.
There is big money in agriculture, but unless it is done properly and strategically, we will not get there. I believe by the time, the farmers and, other stakeholders participate fully and take advantage of, the value chain in agriculture, the activities will be so much that NAIC will have to consider other partners like MAMDA and MAMDERI.
The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation says the country's banking industry recorded a decline in the rate of successful fraud indices and losses in the year 2016 compared to 2015. Well, according to the NDIC reports, cases of frauds, forgeries and outright theft involving bank staff recorded a huge decline of 48.12% from 18.02 billion naira in the year 2015 to 8.68 billion naira in 2016, while the actual loss of the country's banking industry dropped by 24.29% from 3.17 billion naira in 2015 to 2.40 in 2016. The NDIC, however, notes that the rising trend in the level of banks' non-performing loans and states that the NDIC had recommended the prohibition of directors of licensed banks, including microfinance banks and primary mortgage banks, from obtaining credit facilities from their respective banks. Investor confidence remains very strong in the local equities market as the all-share index rises for the 4th time this month. BC Adebayo has more.
The first trading week of August at the stock exchange ends Friday with a 4th consecutive rise of 78 basis points in the main index, at an increase of 100 billion naira in total market value on price rally by big cap equities. The market's sectoral performance also saw positive sentiment across major counters, except the banking index, which slipped marginally by 0.04%. On the price chart, 37 equities emerged in the gainers category, led by Cement Company of Northern Nigeria, Livestock Feeds and Dangote Sugar, in contrast to price losses from Better Class and 10 other laggards. Friday's transaction yielded more than 515.47 million units of shares, worth over 6.3 billion naira from 4,132 deals. The shares of Wapik, Zenith and Access Bank were the most significantly traded stocks for the day. And that's it on the stock market reports. I am BC Adebayo.
Thank you, BC. While U.S. equities were up earlier in the day with the Dow at new all-time high as investors pay more attention to the July employment report. VOA Channel's TV business correspondent Jill Malandrino has the details from the Nasdaq market site in New York.
U.S. stocks opened higher to wrap up the week in trading as the Dow Jones Industrial Average touched an intraday all-time high in early trade and is on track for its ninth close in a row higher, and largely helped by Apple's blowout quarter announced on Tuesday. After the close, financials, retail, and tech are the sectors currently leading the way in today's session. The all-important employment report came out this morning, better than expected, with 209,000 jobs created in the month of July versus consensus of 180,000 jobs. The unemployment rate dropped 4.3%, and hourly wage growth, a key piece of data, came in at 0.3%. The better report suggests that the economy is slowly continuing to improve and could potentially signal another rate hike before 2017 closes. Turning to the trading week ahead, earnings season is mostly winding down, with energy and retail companies reporting next week. A number of Federal Reserve speakers will be on the circuit, which will certainly make for macro headlines. And finally, representatives of some OPC and non-OPEC nations will meet in Abu Dhabi to discuss why some are falling behind in their pledges to cut production. That's on August 7th and 8th. From the Nasdaq market site in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino, and this is VOA Channel's Business News.
Well, European stock markets were also lifted today, just as the U.S., but it was mixed performance for African and Asian stock markets. Let's see the numbers. And that's business news on the last trading day of the week. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu. It's back to you, Ladi.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Anne. One of Nigeria's leading technological solution providers, System Specs, has launched a software package to ease the stressful payment procedure in daily transactions. This innovation is called the Remita mobile app. The managing director of System Specs, Mr. John Oparo, says with Remita mobile app, Nigerians will get a chance to enjoy prudent financial management and security for their money.
So when the payment gets to the beneficiary, the management team of System Specs is here to unveil an idea born 12 years ago to find a technological solution to the cumbersome mode of payment for daily transactions in the country by using the Remita mobile apps.
We saw a need in the market, what we call the payment challenge. This payment challenge is something to do with the fact that organizations were running payroll, and in running payroll, we needed to make payments. So we decided to work with the banks to make sure that data gets to them in an electronic form.
Having made inroads with the introduction of the Treasury Single Account and other cutting-edge applications, System Specs is now determined to offer a new lifestyle of financial transactions, both locally and internationally, with more ease by using various Remita apps.
This app actually enables you, gives you the power to actually control your organization from your app. Basically, right, everything that needs to be approved by yourself can actually happen on this mobile application.
Normal bank apps we have today does not allow you to combine your company account with your individual accounts. But Remita knows that, look, you are still the same person. Okay, my company is the IGP, but I still also work in Remita. I need to manage this business somehow. And that is what this thing solves easily for us.
The management of System Specs says it's driving innovation to make both the payment and collection ecosystem more convenient by offering a comprehensive report for single and multiple account holders.
You're able to receive funds from your customers. You're able to receive either with cards, POS, mobile platforms, web platform, whatever. Or you even want to set up standing orders. You set up all of this on the platform, and at the end merges into a single report.
What System Specs is doing tonight through this launching of the Remita mobile app is to remind all of us, that there's a lot of goodness in this nation.
With the Remita mobile app, System Specs says it's taken away the frustration of the cumbersome process of payment while also offering personal financial management and security for your money.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Paris Saint-Germain unveiled Brazilian forward Neymar after he signed a world record Euros 222 million deal to become the most expensive footballer. That'll be on the sports news. Please stay on.